Hello. It is early Thursday morning, and I'm here with this beautiful grow-out snake that we have from last year's clutch. She's doing amazing and looks amazing. It will be exciting when she gets big enough to breed and have babies of her own. But for now, we're just enjoying her. And I'm up extra early this morning because I am way behind on this week's to-do list. So this weekend is the All-American Reptile and Plant Show in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm super excited that we get to be there. This is been at least advertised as the biggest show that we will have been to, and I'm really hoping that it works out well for everyone that attends. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, at least, and it does require some extra prep. So I had totally intended to do this as like a bonus video this week and then post a regularly scheduled video for Thursday, but it has been so crazy this week as I've been figuring things out that I haven't gotten quite that far in my day. So there's actually several things that are different about this week in particular that have made it an extra challenge. The first thing up was that at the shows we've been running 2 tables, and this gives us plenty of room to stretch out with isopods taking up almost a whole table of their own and the animals taking up almost a whole table of their own. And then we have some dry goods to support both of those. So you could get bioactive soil from us, and you can get usually gecko food and gecko dishes, that sort of thing. So this show we'll only have 1 table, and I wanted to make sure that we were doing a great job offering a variety of things while and the things that frequently sell, while also not looking completely chaotic and like a big disaster. So I actually set up an 8-foot table in my living room and spread everything out so that I could figure out what we're taking and what we're not taking. And this morning I'm cleaning the snakes. So that's why I decided that I would show off these grow outs, because they're on the list of things that I'm working on this morning. Most of the shows in the area that we do are 2 hours or less from our home, so that we can just travel the morning of and then travel back to sleep in our own bed. And that saves on expenses with the fact that we wouldn't have to get a hotel. Thankfully, gas is still cheaper than most hotel accommodations usually. This show runs a lot longer than the normal Repticons, which will hopefully be a lot of fun, and hopefully a lot of people will be able to come out and see us because of that. But there is actually Friday VIP hours tomorrow, so we want to be part of that, which has us running our booth from 4 to 7 tomorrow evening. And then there between VIP and regular general admission on Saturday, we'll be there from 9 to 6. And then Sunday also runs from 10 to 5. So it will be a much longer show. And with that, we got a hotel and we'll be staying over in Charlotte, which is only 2 hours from our house. But it does mean that everybody has to be ready to be left here. That includes our teenagers and all of our pets and all of the other critters that are part of Danielle's Critters. The one thing about leaving your teenagers is that you can ask them to do a few chores for you, but everybody has to be pretty well set up. Also on today's to-do list is to get these little cuties all set up. So I was trying to wait till they had their first shed, but I don't really want to leave them in this container while we're gone, and they have not quite had their first shed yet. These are Freya and AWOL's babies, and we got 3 A-males with scales and 1 snow with scales, and then 2 scaleless snows. Although one of the scaleless snows is really peachy colored, and I'm not exactly sure why. Babies are definitely an exciting thing around here. We are down to waiting on just 1 colubrid clutch of eggs, and that is Morticia and Gomez, our Halloween milk snake. They had 2 eggs this year. I candled them not that long ago though, and only one of them looks like it has developed very far. And it has hit 62 days. It was incubated here in the reptile room, so we did find that took the corn snakes significantly longer to hatch. The hognose is actually hatched out at 68 days, so we will totally find out sometime in the next month and a half if that little baby Halloween milk snake is going to come and join us. And we would love to have it here at Danielle's Critters. We were hoping to keep 2 or 3 babies, and then we only had the 2 eggs, so we'll see how it goes. We have our first clutch of ball python eggs got put in the incubator not that long ago, and I have another girl that I think is going to have eggs really soon, and it wouldn't be surprising if she laid those while we were gone. So it'll be exciting to come home and see if that has happened. So I talked about the challenge of 1 table, and what that means for what we're going to offer for sale is we will have no dry goods. So we won't be offering soil or leaves or gecko dishes or any of that stuff. What we will be offering though is, so we'll be offering some really cool colonies, and I do this at every show, but and it's unique, and I think it's really quite amazing. So I set up these little colonies, and this is a little container for a colony of isopods, but they can do fairly well in here for quite a while. And it's got everything that the isopods need. So there is moss on one side, and you'll have leaf litter on the other side, and then this cork bark to hide under. And then they're set up in there and being fed, and they multiply and grow and do their thing. This colony also comes with, I don't know if you saw it, springtails. Yep, there we go. There's some springtails in there. And so it is set up so that you can take this container home, and you can, instead of taking your 10 count and throwing it into your enclosure, you can seed your enclosure a little bit at a time and continue to grow your isopods, so that you don't lose them all. And unless you want your colony to be big, then this container works for quite a while, especially if you're pulling isopods out of it. We will have 20 different species or varieties of isopods that will be cupped in 10 counts, and some of the more popular stuff will also be available in 50 and 100 counts, so you can go home with the isopods that you need if you do just want to take home them and throw them in the enclosure. The other really cool thing that I do is I set up a whole kit with appropriate isopods for bioactive enclosures and with springtails. So like this is the arid kit, and it comes with giant canyons and party mix, and the 2 species do fairly well inside an enclosure together, and they're both going to survive in arid conditions. And then this comes with arid springtails. So what this would let you do is go home and set up your leopard gecko enclosure or your bearded dragon enclosure, and these isopods work really well in that. And we have them for a variety of different animals and a variety of different species of isopods. New for this show, we are actually going to do a collector's set, 2 collector sets, where there'll be isopods that are super cool to collect, not necessarily to use for bioactive cleanup crews. The lower end one will have cool species like zebras and it left my brain, and orange koi, and so there'll be a variety of colors and shapes and sizes that will be in that kit. I think there are 5 species that will be in there. And then the higher end one will have our rubber duckies and our silver ghosts, as well as a few other cool species to collect. And that's a brand new thought that I had. So these will also be available on our table. So our gecko production this year has been really small because we had so many geckos from last year that I was afraid that we would be overrun by geckos if we bred them this year like I had planned. And now we are selling geckos really good, so there isn't a ton of them left. However, we will be taking some crested geckos with us to the show. We actually have quite a selection of crested geckos. This guy is a little less exciting than some of them, although he is a lot of fun. And there will be a variety at the show available for purchase. And we'll be packing those up here shortly. We will also have a small selection of gargoyle geckos The gargoyle geckos have actually been selling really well, and we are down to a small handful. We are going to be releasing Fern, though, so she will be available for sale, as well as River. So there'll be a couple of adults on the table in addition to some babies, which is kind of exciting. In the baby snake category, we'll be taking several of these small corn snakes from Gwendolyn and Bacchus. They're very adorable. So these guys are classified as classic or normals. Gwendolyn is a Miami buckskin, so I'm not exactly sure what they'll look like as adults, and they're probably going to be a little less orange than a normal corn snake. Bacchus is scaleless, so these guys are also scaleless. And there are 5 of them that are eating really, really well and will be with us at the show. I'm pretty excited about that. We'll also have Bacchus for handling, and probably Gwendolyn too, to show people what she looks like. I'll also be taking Confetti because he's just a lot of fun to hold at shows. He's such a sweet snake. And after a lot of careful thought, I have decided that we will also have these 2 scaleless babies available. This one here is a normal scaleless and really pretty. And then this one here is an amelanistic, also, really pretty. And they will be available on our table today. Well, I mean tomorrow and throughout the weekend, assuming they don't sell. As soon as they sell, they won't be there anymore. So I'm pretty excited about offering these guys. And if all goes well today, then I will also have a small bioactive enclosure that'll be really cool and set up with some morning geckos in it. And the idea is that we will sell the whole thing, and rather than trying to cup morning geckos, and also it's cool to have them in the enclosure. And so that'll be available, hopefully, if I can get the last final details finished today. I feel like I've been running behind all week because there's so much prep that I wanted to do for this show to make everything perfect and exciting. I am looking forward to seeing anyone and everyone who will make it to the All-American Reptile and Plant Expo in Charlotte, North Carolina. It will run Friday. There are VIP hours. I have no idea what the ticket cost is for the VIP, but the VIP hours are from 4 to 7. This sounds like an excellent time for you to come out and really chit-chat with people because it won't be nearly as crowded. They are expecting a couple hundred people to be there, but not the thousands that should be there the next couple of days after that. It will also give you the chance to buy the best animals at the table. So if you're wanting one of those scaleless corn snakes, that would be a good time to get one of those. We'll also have rubber duckies in small numbers. So if you needed some rubber duckies, Friday night is a good time to do that. And I'm sure there are other vendors who will have really awesome stuff to offer. So Friday night's going to be the best chance to get those, as well as the time to have a little bit more of a personal chit chat and ask questions with your favorite vendors. Dave Kaufman and Brian Kutzko will both be there. So if you'd like to meet some people that have a bigger following than I do, that'd be a great time to do that as well. There'll be some great breeders there. I know Bob's Balls will be there, and I haven't had the chance to meet him yet, but I'm excited to see his ball pythons and to chit chat with him. Not that we are growing our ball python projects very big. We have a lot of cool stuff that is in the works, but we'll probably never be a giant ball python breeder. But it's still cool to see those types of people out in the wild. And then Saturday it runs, the VIP hour is 9 to 10, and then general admission is from 10 to 6. So you've got lots of time to be there on Saturday, and Sunday is from 10 to 5. So I would love to see you guys, and I'd love to have you stop by and chit chat with us. We will have a variety of animals to handle, as well as isopods and the aforementioned critters. And we're looking forward to a great show. I'm so glad you made it this far, and I'd love it if you took a minute to subscribe if you're not subscribed, to leave a comment below, and to like this video if you get a chance. Thank you so much, and have a great day.